Yeah, I think the issues in our societies, whether it's in the East or the West, because now there's not that much distinction. Before there used to be a distinction, but we live in a very much of a global society. Everything is instantly accessible right now. Before, news used to fly after weeks, months. Now it's instant. So there's not much difference between the issues we're facing in India, in the subcontinent, compared to the West or to an African country or Southeast Asian country. Um, I think it's so many different reasons. But one thing I noticed about the Buddha's teachings, a few things I noticed about the Buddha's teachings, why they are very unique. They are universal and they are timeless. I noticed these two qualities in the Buddha's teachings. Obviously, who am I to judge Buddha's teachings? But that's my observation. Universal because it applies to everybody. Everybody has the same issues and his teachings apply to everybody. It goes beyond cultures, countries, continents. Universal. Not only applies to humans, but also applies to animals, applies to every living beings. Timeless because, like you said, in today's world, more than ever, we need the Buddha's teachings, Buddhist philosophy. It's timeless. Buddha taught 2000, roughly 600 years ago. That's a long time ago. How many wars were created? How many invasions happened? How many, in Hindi, you would say Naksha change happened? How many maps have been redrawn? But the Buddha's teachings have retained their quality beyond time. So it's timeless. Universal, applies to everyone. Timeless because it's still relevant. Yeah, so I think in our societies, the issues basically remain the same. Confusion. We're confused because we don't understand the phenomena, the world that we interact with, and we also don't understand ourselves. We don't understand the object, we don't understand the subject. We don't understand these two.
This is exactly where I would like to take the conversation. This is what Buddhist philosophy helped me with. You understand the world better as well as understand yourself better to help navigate through life. The question I'd like to put in front of you is what has the teachings of Buddhism said about the purpose of human life? It can't be as simple as just make money and die.
That's a very popular question that I get asked all the time. What is the purpose of life according to Buddhism or in general? I think Buddha never actually, I haven't read all his teachings. They're like volumes and volumes. At least the canon, Buddhist canon that we study, which comes from the Sanskrit translation from Nalanda, there are 108 volumes, thick volumes.
What is it called?
It's called Kangyur, the Buddhist canon. Kangyur means Ka means command, teaching. Gyur means translation. So basically, the Buddhist canon. It has been translated into Boti, which we also know as Tibetan, but it is studied outside Tibet, in Tibet, obviously, Bhutan, Ladakh, Nepal, so many different Himalayan regions. So I haven't read, I've read them all. I've received the transmission, but I haven't had time to stop and reflect on each and every one of them. There's so much of them. So I don't know, maybe in one of the scriptures, Buddha must have said, this is the purpose of your life. But jahan tak mujhe malum hai, as much as I know, from a Buddhist perspective, there is no such thing as this is the purpose of your life. I think the purpose of your life, you have to give it a purpose. You have to give it a meaning. And sometimes you are able to give it a meaning and to do something purposefully. Sometimes, even if you want to, you can't because your karmic conditions don't allow you to. You don't have the luxury to make your life purposeful or meaningful. You just have to go with the flow because you have to worry about your sustenance. You don't have the luxury, free time to do something very much that aligns with your thinking or, whatever purpose you feel there is. So I don't think from a Buddhist perspective, there is an ultimate purpose, but you have to give it a purpose.